Resident Evil is a masterclass title. In the past 10 years on the internet, something I've learned is that, like Chad or Karen or Sasha Strokes, there's a lot of power in a name. Psychological, subconscious significance. So what's the significance of Resident Evil? What does it mean? What images does it paint in your mind? It's hard to imagine this in a vacuum. Word association might immediately make you think of the sideways stare of an undead. A red and white octagon, Mila Jovovich. So let's leave out the abstractions. A word is just a noise if there is no meaning, so what does Resident Evil mean?
Resident Evil. Resident Evil.
Many people mistake it for broken English. English being a playfully insensitive term for the incongruence between the English and Japanese languages. And to that theory's credit, it was renamed Biohazard in Japan. And maybe the word biohazard is cool to Japanese ears, but biohazard is a thing. It's barely conceptual. It's a viral outbreak, a mutant. A biohazard is a threat to life. But Resident Evil, that's a theme. The world is full of evil, but a Resident Evil is lurking in your hometown. It penetrated where you live, where you thought you were safe. It's an underground shadow organization scratching at your door. Biohazard makes you think of a cartoon barrel of toxic waste, sitting in a pond with a duck getting sick on the shore. Resident Evil is existential dread, as you find out that everything in this world, just like everything in your world, is compromised in someone else's pocket. I see people all the time saying, haha, why is it called Resident Evil? Only the first game is in a house. And to that I would ask, why is it called BioShock Infinite? It doesn't take place underwater. Why is it called Final Fantasy if there's still And then even from a linguistic standpoint, there are some interesting mechanics at play here. Say it a few times to yourself. Resident Evil. Resident Evil. Resident Evil. In perfect parallel with the game itself, it's meant to be taken slowly. So many people just stumble through it without any care. I hear a lot of Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil, or God forbid, RE. It uses almost every part of your mouth that makes a sound, traveling from the back of your throat to the tip of your tongue. Really, try it. Beginning with a growl, not unlike a Doberman. The S taking on a buzzing sound like a B, and then ending with dent, reminiscent of the word dental, while also with that harsh D leading to a soft vowel, soft consonant, and finally biting off into the T. It's like a zombie taking a bite of flesh with all these toothy sounds, but we still have work to do. Now that the mouth is so focused at the front, with a 1-2 punch of the tongue pressing against the roof of your mouth for the letter N, and then pushing air through your teeth like the crack of a whip for the T, the back of your mouth is almost poised like a coiled viper. And after all of that, everything has to reactivate for the letter E of evil. It's a wild phenomenon that's easy to overlook, but the sound of evil feels like it's physically emerging from your mouth, like a freaky eyeball flowering from your infected body. From the back of your mouth, ending on a flourish with the tip of your tongue, it's genius in levels I wouldn't have thought possible. Resident Evil is the greatest game name of all time.